all used to lie.
Early graduate.
We all used to lie.
He just told me that and I believed him, Irwin.
They're great bookends, but also I'm a Leo. So
Perfect. It was just a little thing. He was born in 1890. I think he said he died in that. I'm trying to find out if anybody ever said, you know,
He graduated.
University of Michigan. I graduated from Michigan, so I'm more involved with Michigan than with NYU. But I and Don Foreman, and when he was at high school, he was at.
Sure, what are you doing here? You have nothing in front of you.
Well, that's
I'm here with my
because he's
wife.
here with me.
Good morning, Bill.
So, what was your name?
Legalwitz. 7:15.
We're selling tickets for next year, and we're also collecting membership dues for next year. That's so far. Pardon?
When are you starting?
I think it starts in June. Like June of 95. So this will be like for 95.
Might be at
Isn't it? This is my first what? First event, yes. It would have been fun growing up in Brooklyn. Unfortunately, I never had the opportunity. So, you know, I was born and raised in Beverly Hills on an estate, and it's nice mingling with the New York people. I don't seem to understand them though.
$1.50 each. For two, it's $3.
Thanks for being honest.
$1.50. $1.50? Yeah.
Try that, and I'll give you half of this. And then you can try. About these pickles that makes them so healthy is that they're fermented and cured in salt water. So actually, they have all their enzymes and microorganisms, and people on microbiotic diets love them. They have the lactic acid. I mean, they're actually good for you.
This is your host, Irwin Zucker, Boys High Class of 44. Here we are at a grand reunion of all New York schools, and here's a man who really started it 30 years ago. He'll never admit it, but I'll tell you, Tommy Davis, who then was with the Los Angeles Dodgers. Tommy, do you remember that 30 years ago?
I do, because I probably wouldn't have done it if I didn't have a broken ankle. I had a cast on, and so I was out for the year. And Eric called me up and asked me would I be the first to be honored by Boys High alumnus out here. And I said I'd be happy to. And where was that?
That was some place on La Cienega. I think it was Ron Waller's
it was a
restaurant.
club.
Yeah,
Yes,
it was a club. He was an athlete, and he opened up a restaurant. That was 30 years ago, folks. And this man was from the class of 1956. A little bit of trivia. He, at Boys High, he was a terrific basketball star, too. He played with Lenny Wilkins and other greats. But he was a first baseman for the Dodgers. Now, how come he, for the Boys High, he was a first baseman and he played basketball?
Well, really, I was a catcher. I was actually a catcher, but...
You're kidding. Was that the first position?
Harry Kane.
Harry Kane, the Silver Fox.
Silver Fox, who I guess his claim to fame was that he coached Lou Gehrig, right?
That's what he says.
Yeah, and he said he didn't want me to catch, so he put me on first base my senior year. He didn't want me to get hurt.
Oh, was
he
that?
didn't mess my knees up, he said.
Oh, was that? So he put you on first base?
I was a catcher, but I only caught a little bit.
Yeah. Now, was the secret? What was the secret of being a successful hitter at Boys High?
Well, I just like hitting. When I was a 9 or 10-year-old, I was playing with guys 15 and 16. So, and playing that fast softball, fast pitch softball. So I learned how to react to my hands and eye reaction was just great. I think it helped me because when I started playing baseball, I thought that was so easy because you have to playing fast pitch softball. But I thought that was very difficult to hit.
Tommy, you were so good at basketball because they said you had big hands. Now, how come you chose
How do you
baseball?
remember all that?
Because I've investigated you, and it's not too good, Tommy. Well, Tommy, but how come you chose baseball over basketball?
Because I was a forward and I couldn't play in those days as a 6'1" forward.
Yeah.
So I decided to play baseball.
Now, what are you doing these days? Are you playing baseball or basketball with your
Playing
kids?
golf.
Playing golf. You see how
Can't
well
do nothing. My knees are going. I'm playing golf.
Well, it's great being here at the New York Alumni event, and we wish you lots of luck, and we hope you'll be at our Boys High event on November 19th at Sportsman's Lodge because you started it all, and this is your life, Tommy Davis.
He doesn't change, does he?
Just a few seconds ago, we were talking to Tommy Davis, and over came Stanley Ralph Ross, one of the greatest authors that I know of, and entertainers, writers. He's done everything. And now he's a restaurant owner, believe it or not. Hamptons on Highland in Hollywood. It's a great place. I might get a free lunch as a result of this plug.
Yes, you will, absolutely.
Stanley Ralph Ross, is the MC for tonight. How many years in a row have you done this event?
This is my 8th year. We did it 1 year. I wasn't the MC, and then I came in, and I've been doing it now 8 years.
But Stanley, do you have new material tonight?
I always have new material. I have brand new material every time.
Okay. And do you write all your material? Do you have
Of course,
writers?
no writers. Are you kidding? People call me to write for them. I'm a writer,
okay. Well,
and I write all my own material.
Now,
yeah.
Stan, tell us about that best-selling book that you've had for your about last 5 years out.
Oh no, it's an encyclopedia of every movie ever made. But I sold that company to Rupert Murdoch when he still had some money. What I have now is a company called Comedy Software with Milton Berle, and we put out jokes on a disc. And so if you want to buy 10,000 jokes on a disc, you dial 1-800-MILTB.
Well, that's good. Tell us about your days at Lincoln High School.
My days at Lincoln were great. I love being in Brooklyn. I love growing up there. I love being at Lincoln very much. I played basketball. I was in the varsity show.
What was your ambition at high school? When you were about to
survive the knife fights.
And when
That
did you
was
come
my
to
ambition.
California? Because I met you in California about 1957
That's
or 8.
exactly right. I came here in '56 to escape the hay fever season that summer, and then I met my wife-to-be, and I'm still married to her after 37 years.
Right.
You're married about the same amount of time, aren't you?
We just turned 37 years,
Right,
September
and-
1st. That's
and
right.
so,
we're the only two couples that I think, not to each other, but my wife Deborah and his wife Neela.
Yeah.
They're married about 36
And
years.
I met her here, and I decided not to go back to New York. And then little by little, the Dodgers followed me out.
Dodgers followed.
And then all my friends followed me out, and there was no need to go back to New York.
Who are some of the greatest alumni from Lincoln High School, besides you?
My ex-roommate, Lou Gossett.
Ex-roommate Lou
We
Gossett.
lived together. He was best man at my wedding 37 years ago. Harvey Keitel, Neil Diamond, Neil Sedaka, Arthur Miller, Herb Gardner, Mario Puzo, the Tokens Rock and Roll Group. I mean, it goes on and on and on.
The list never ends.
They're all from Coney Island, yeah.
Stan, have they signed you up for next year's event of the All New York Schools?
I'm sort of the guy. Yeah, I guess
Because,
so.
you know, this is the deal you need to make your year, I'm sure.
Well, you know what? Tomorrow night I'm performing the wedding of Mark and Mimi Leonard at Tattoo, the owners of Tattoo. Then I've got 3 more charity shows next week. I think the only disease I've missed is yeast infections.
That's right. You know, he does perform weddings. Now, what was the most famous wedding?
Milton Berle.
Oh, he did. Milton Berle.
And Morton Downey Jr.
Morton Downey
Lee
Jr.
Merriweather. Richard
that's right.
Mall.
That he gets paid for.
No,
But
I don't.
tonight-
I take no money for
He
that.
takes no money. And he
No.
takes no money from the New York Alumni
Never.
Group because this is a love of labor. He could be doing something else
Or a
now.
labor of
getting
love at
a
this,
labor of love. He could be making $5,000 an hour instead of being with us tonight on this cable show. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
We'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.
What can you say about this hot dog? You're Joyce and you're?
Richard.
And you're from which school?
I'm from Classical High School in Providence,
Classical?
Rhode Island.
And you?
Tilden.
Tilden. Are you an actor Providence? You know this guy is an actor Providence or not?
He's an actor and I'm an actor.
Oh,
Yeah,
I see.
from
That's
Divine
good.
Providence.
But wait a minute. What about these hot dogs? Are they
They're
good?
the best I've ever. They're better than Brooklyn.
Better than Brooklyn? What does she know about Brooklyn? This is your bar mitzvah picture, folks. This is when he was bar mitzvah
I
at
was
the age of
15
12.
years old, graduating
15.
from high school.
All right, what high school did you graduate?
George
George
Washington
was.
High School.
And he's still looking to the girl for the girl that he took to
if
the senior
anybody
prom.
knows where Shirley Katz is,
Shirley Katz. Is she somewhere out on this playground here at Beverly Hills High School?
and I'm not the father of the child. It was
Okay.
all
How do you know that she's in California?
What do you miss, Mr. Sparrow, what do you miss most about New York?
the people in California don't appreciate what they have until they would. The best thing would have been if everybody could grow up in New York and then come to California, and then they would appreciate what they have out here.
Okay. Well, wow, we got another nice-looking hot dog. How long is that hot dog?
Looks to me like it'd be about 12 inches.
12 inches. And what school did this dog go to?
This dog went to DeWitt Clinton.
Oh, that
DeWitt
dog
High
went
School.
to
The
DeWitt
dog
Clinton?
went to DeWitt Clinton.
And this dog went to DeWitt
Same
Clinton, too?
way.
What year, do you remember?
40.
40.
1940.
Oh, boy. So you've been around the ballpark a while,
I've been
haven't you?
around a little bit.
And is your
yeah.
wife a Clintonite, too?
No. My wife's from Washington Irving.
Oh, she saw the light. She knew
right.
she shouldn't go to
No,
DeWitt
because
Clinton High School.
Clinton was an all-boys high school.
Well, then she should have gone to DeWitt Clinton to an all-boys school.
Well, the only reason I went to an all-boys school because Walton High School was close by, and that was girls.
Oh, yeah. you
So
went for girls.
population-wise, we weren't that stupid.
Dave Barry, the famous comic, is here.
This is Mickey West.
Mickey West, that's a likely story, yes.
She's
You
a
and
very intelligent woman. She hired me to entertain one night.
Oh, great. Well, you and,
Wait a minute, I don't mean that way.
you and Bill Clinton have all the great lines, you know. Can't put it.
Who is Bill Clinton?
Bill Clinton.
Hey, wasn't he to have something to do with Jimmy Carter?
Jimmy Carter, that's right.
Yes.
That's true. Dave Barry is only one of the most famous comedians of all time, and you are a graduate of, I think, Tilden High School?
Tilden High School. I'm very, very proud of it. Where are you from, Mickey? Where did you graduate?
Far Rockaway High School.
Oh, that's it.
Would you ever go
Wait a
out
minute,
with
that was
Tilden
in
High?
Queens? Was it in
In
Queens?
Queens, yeah.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
a whole contingency over there.
And where's your lovely wife, Ginny, tonight?
My wife is breaking in a pretzel.
She's breaking in a
Show you how much. Okay, Mickey, good to see you, darling.
Okay, sorry to break up this act.
You know how much love there is in this
How much?
affair? Look at that heart up there.
That's
You get a
right, there's
picture of that heart?
Oh, he's not on yet. All right, keep going.
It's always a pleasure to be here, Irwin. I've been here through the years, and what you do is like being back home again. Your roots are right here, and I'm very grateful they have something like this going on, so we can get together like you and I, Boys High School, Tilden High School, and reminisce a little bit. And then we have a hot dog that when you bite it, it spits on you. That's a hot dog.
Well, tell me, are you going to be entertaining tonight?
It's a matter of opinion. I'm going to go up there and tell a couple of jokes, and if they laugh, I'll be entertaining them.
Wait, have you got new material tonight? That's all.
Do I have new material? Are you kidding? I'm giving away 3 prizes tonight to the best laugher.
Oh, really?
First prize is 1 week, a relaxed week in Haiti.
Relaxed week.
And the second prize is 2 weeks in Haiti. And the third prize is Haiti. Also,
if we're lucky,
giving away another prize, 1 visit with Dr. Jack Kevorkian.
Oh,
and the third prize is 1 year's free skydiving lessons over Bosnia.
These are worth winning for.
You know what you ought to do? Get a picture of the cameraman laughing at these jokes.
That's Ira Goldberg.
Hello, Ira.
Ira hasn't laughed in years, you know.
Well, then I should take the camera and put it on him.
Yes. How is Wendy Barry coming along in showbiz these days?
Fine, she's ready. She's ready for that part that'll make her famous.
We have the president of the borough of Brooklyn, Howard Golden, with us. Mr. Golden, it's nice seeing you again.
Pleasure to see you.
And Tommy Davis made your borough, you know that.
Oh, well, I'm well aware of that.
Along with the Dodgers.
I'm well aware of that.
Let's see.
I'm just telling Tommy that we're hopeful of getting a baseball team back in Brooklyn again, and we'd like him to be the manager.
At the Brooklyn Gas Company with us, Mr. Cattell. It was so nice of you to come in all of a sudden.
Well, it's great to be here, you know.
It's becoming a habit, right?
It's becoming a habit. Yeah, Southern California is becoming my second home, but Brooklyn still comes first.
Tell us about the Celebrity Hall of Fame that's so famous now at Botanical Gardens.
Oh, well, that's a walk of fame where we have over 200 celebrities who were born in Brooklyn. And their names are enshrined in the path, in the Botanic Gardens, and it'll be there forever. And each year it gets longer.
And last year you honored some of the famous alumni from the borough of Brooklyn, among them.
Absolutely. Well, last year was a very, very special year. We had Jack Scalia, we had Marisa Pavan there last year.
Connie Hawkins.
Connie Hawkins, of course. Boys High was there. And our king last year was Neil Sedaka, the one and only Neil Sedaka.
He went to Lincoln High School.
Lincoln High School, that's right. I went to New Utrecht, but Lincoln is okay.
Did you talk to each other?
We said, well, a little bit,
friendly?
Yes. We were, because we're not playing against each other anymore, so we could be friends now.
I went to Boys High, and
not a bad school.
We used to beat New Utrecht all the time.
Everybody beat New Utrecht all the time, unfortunately.
They had a girls team all the time.
But we tried very hard.
We were a co-ed school, so the boys team from Boys High.
You want me to take my jacket off here? I'm gonna. No.
This is an adult show.
This is a wonderful turnout here today.
Well, it's going to be great, and we hope that you come out for many, many more years. And congratulations to the Brooklyn Gas Company for the wonderful community work you folks are doing.
Well, thank you. Very nice of you to say that. Very nice.
Thank you very much. You good, Fran? Do the back. Do the back. Do the back. That's good.
I don't do those things.
Okay. What is that you're eating?
This is a cherry Italian ices.
Can you get a zoom in on that one?
And it's outstanding.
It's outstanding.
Outstanding.
Here. It's outstanding here at Beverly Hills High School playground. Jesse White, what high school did you go to?
I went to South High in Akron, Ohio.
Akron, Ohio. But you're here every year.
The gateway to the Orient.
The gateway to the Orient. But how come you're here every year?
Well, I was, I'm a New Yorker by osmosis.
By osmosis or by suffering or what?
No, I was in the theater in New York. I'm practically a native.
Frankie Lane, the entertainer, once told me that he was a New Yorker through starvation. He starved enough in New York that became an honor in New York.
That's right.
But what are you doing these days in the post
I'm just,
era?
the same old Gadilla.
Well, listen, are you going to be entertaining tonight?
Just in the chorus tonight. They've got enough jokesters. And,
No, I'm sure they're going to call upon you. You got a lot of new material, I believe?
Oh, I'm loaded.
Because they pay you so much money for this event. I mean, I know it's way above your union scale, and you got to do your best acts here, but you always have the best jokes and the very finest.
Thank you.
And who were some of the other comedians here? I noticed Dave Barry was here.
They got Dave Barry, they got Rich Little, they got Jackie Gale.
Oh, really? Let me ask you an honest question. Do you comedians steal material from each other?
Who else are we going to steal from?
But it's really a myth, right?
Yeah.
You really don't steal material.
Milton Berle steals from everybody.
Does he steal from himself? That's
yeah, right.
Once in a while, huh?
We'll do a joke at a roast or something, and then the next show, the next roast we do, he does the joke.
Are most comedians looking for material? Are they buying material? Are they buying jokes?
Yeah, you buy, you steal, you know. There's no such a thing as an old joke if you haven't heard it.
Any way to make an honest living.
Yeah.
Jesse White from Akron, Ohio, here with the New York Elements. Thank you very much.
Have a good evening.
Ruta Lee, you have a lot of nerve being at our event. We're from a big cable TV network, and you are getting all our material first. We're supposed to get the jump.
No, you're not. We're here. We are here to disseminate the fabulous news of this event every year with all of you brilliant, talented, wonderful New Yorkers coming around and giving us your talent here in Hollywood. I didn't go to a high school.
She's a press
in
agent
New York. I went to a high school here in Hollywood.
Which one?
So, Hollywood High.
Hollywood High.
Uh-huh.
They just had a little murder there, I think, the other day. Did you hear about it? Some young man. But
he came to us from New York.
It never happens. It never happened in your day, huh?
Now you realize what's really fun about this is that we're shooting here and we're shooting there.
Well, we'll sell it to the
in the same time.
No, well, I will sell it. Now, you're living in Texas, right?
No, well, yes, I live in Texas. I live in California. I live in
you can't take New York.
Mexico. Oh, I'd love to live in New York. I'd like to do a show in New York sometime.
When was the last show you did in New York?
I haven't done a show in New York. Only television shows in New York.
If there are any agents out there, Ruta Lee is available. Now, where's Tony Holt?
Tony Holt is schmoozing over there. So you can catch her over there at the New York Memorabilia.
That's what New Yorkers do. They schmooze and they booze, right? They're schmoozers and they're losers. No, not really losers.
Bless
I
you.
think they're winners. Thank you, Ruta Lee, for being with us tonight.
I'm delighted to be with you. Anytime.
I'll not eat a hot dog. No napkin.
Okay.
I'm ready for my close-up now.
All right, now we're going to get the other half of the team. We interviewed Ruta Lee, and we gave her hell for getting a scoop on all these entertainers here, beating us out. We're from a very large cable network. And
we're going to give you our tape to use as B-roll in your show.
Okay, now what about your column?
My column, Beverly Hills News.
Column too?
You can steal from my column anything for people from Brooklyn.
This is Tony Holt Kramer, folks. She writes a wonderful column for the Beverly Hills papers. She's got her own TV show here with Ruta Lee. And where are you from originally? I've known you a long time, but I forget where you're from.
Where would you think I'm from?
I think you're from Los Angeles?
Brooklyn.
No kidding. No.
Come on.
Come on. What high school did you go to?
I went to Midwood. I didn't graduate from
Midwood High. Woody Allen went to Midwood.
PS 152. I went to.
And then Midwood High.
Midwood High. And then I finished in New York because we moved into the city because I started modeling.
Yeah, I remember Tony Holt when she had a TV segment on KHJ TV, Channel 9.
That's when I first started 20 years ago.
Tony's a friend of my wife, Deborah Hill, and she'll be here a little later tonight.
Right.
It's not like a commercial you're doing. No, this is not a commercial. We're plugging this TV show.
I want to congratulate you and your wife, though.
Oh, great. Thank you.
Because, it is so exciting to bring everybody from all the boroughs together and to keep the unity that goes on all year through by having your publication, and people can get in touch with one another. And I think it's absolutely spectacular.
Well, Tony, don't do too good a job, because I may be out of a job with this cable network.
No, but
you may take over.
I want to tell you that I am not listed on your alumni yet.
Oh, you're not listed?
I am now proposing myself.
Tony will make you an honorary alumnus of the New York Alumni Group.
Thank you.
We will give it to you.
Okay.
Now, tell me about the history of a knish. What's in it?
This particular knish is a potato filling. It's like a mashed and seasoned baked potato that's been wrapped in dough and then baked the second time.
Well, I'll tell you, when I was in Brooklyn, New York, many, many moons ago, knishes used to sell for 2 cents. What are these knishes selling for?
Here, $1.
$1?
In the stores,
I see.
Can I have a potato knish?
All right, this lady wants a potato knish. Hi, this is Irwin Zucker again at the Beverly Hills Playground. It's New York Day, and I've got pizza. What would New York be like without pizza? And this is some of the best pizza made in the city of Los Angeles. Is that right?
Yes, it is.
And do you make this pizza?
Yes, we do.
Make it fresh every day?
Every day.
What's the secret of good pizza?
To learn how to make it in New York, and then you got to come out here.
Learn how to. Did you make it in New York?
All the time,
What
all my
high
life.
school did you go to?
At Vander Childs.
Well, tell me, what is a slice of pizza selling for these days?
Well, $2 at functions with everything on it.
But you have a big pizza too.
Yeah, we
And you have Italian ices here too.
Yes, we do.
Is that a good combination to have the pizza first and the ices, or do you have the ices first? And
You got to have both at the same time. You really
Both at
enjoy
the
it.
same.
There
You got to have a big mouth.
There you go.
And I'll
Tell you what, for the next 2 months, everybody gets a glass of wine on the house.
What's the secret of pizza? What have you got there? Pepperoni or what?
Pepperoni pizza.
Pepperoni pizza. What's the secret of a good pizza?
The crust.
The crust. What about the prices of pizza? What did you pay as a kid for a slice of
Well,
pizza?
I can remember. I hate to say this, but I remember.
You can say
paying-
anything. This is a family show.
I remember paying 15 cents a slice of pizza.
15, and what are you paying these days, or is he paying?
Probably he's paying.
Sir, what did you pay
Over
for this?
$2. Over $2.
Over $2 for a pizza? You know, it's really not the food. It's the ambiance. It's the ambiance, it's the crowd, it's the atmosphere of New York Day here at Beverly Hills High School.
Dave's Deli, that's me. How you doing?
So many familiar. Hi, Len. How are you?
Hello,
Your Uncle Leo, right?
Uncle Leo, right.
Yeah, I had an Uncle Leo too. Did we all have Uncle Leos actually?
I didn't have one. No. I'm one of the few that didn't, I guess.
Well, tell us about your background. What high school?
Oh, I went to Clinton High School.
Clinton. Jan Murray went to Clinton. Do you know that?
Yes, I seem to remember that. Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
and the voice coach of the Stars, he was talking about Dr. Morton Cooper. I heard him talk about Clinton High. What year did you graduate? You remember?
I got out in 38.
38.
Giving away my age now.
No,
I'm
that's
47,
okay.
but
You were a genius at high school, weren't you?
I was true. I must admit.
got
I really was ahead of myself. It wasn't a good idea, but
got out right after-
they used to skip in New York.
Right
They
after your
skipped
bar
grades.
mitzvah.
And it was a place called Juvenile House.
Better than juvenile court, huh?
And I was close at the time,
Close,
actually.
okay.
And I got into a dramatics group. And I almost did not tell anybody because you're from the Bronx. You don't go into dramatics group,
Especially
you
don't
know.
tell your folks.
Yeah, right. I was a little ashamed of it. I thought I was a sissy for, wanting to go into a dramatic troupe. I got into a couple of plays. I liked it very much.
And how did you hook up with Seinfeld?
God,
Or
they
did they
called
hook
me
up
in the
with you?
first year. Yeah, they called me and asked me to come in and read, and I read. And I didn't think it was funny, but they laughed. They liked it, and so they have me coming back all the time.
What's the secret of acting? Do you have to have the punum, as we say in French, the face? Or do you have to have the acting know-how?
I don't know if there's any
What's the
secret. I don't know if there's any secret at all. Really, I mean, you gotta love it. That's number one. I think if there's any secret, that's probably it right there. My daughter's going to become a policewoman, and the first question asked, "Why do you become a police? Why do you want to become a policewoman?" And she said, "Well, my mother and my father were both actors, and I decided I wanted to have a steady income."
Well, that's a good.
And that was the psychologist. He didn't laugh at all.
So nice to be with Uncle Leo from DeWitt Clinton High School, class of 36. Or was it 38?
Wait a minute, 38.
Oh, well,
I thought you were pulling my leg.
Well,
yeah.
we actors have to use some imagination. We have Johnny Francis with us, and he'll tell us who his friends are here. Johnny, welcome again to New York Day. Are you from New York?
Yes, I am. Of course I am.
What high school?
I went to Fort Hamilton.
Fort Hamilton, right near the bridge, right?
Right, exactly.
Wait, did they have the bridge in your day? Tell us
Yes, they
the
had
truth.
the bridge.
Yeah, what year
I
was
helped
it?
build the bridge.
Wait a minute, you helped. There's a guy from Civil War days with us. And who are these lovely people here with you?
This is Alicia Kashi.
Alicia Kashi, yes.
And that's my sweetheart, Lynn.
Hi, Lynn.
And this is Julie Budd.
Hi, Julie Budd. We're butting into everybody's business here. Nobody's ever used that, I'm sure. Julie was a star here last year, or was it 2 years ago? I forget. Were you here last year, weren't you?
The year before.
Yep, you turn your back. Well, Julie, what's happening good for you?
Well, I'm working on a one-woman show. I'll be performing at Lincoln Center. I'll be out here next month. We're busy.
Listen, will you make up your mind? Either
We go
California or
coast to
New York.
coast.
I mean, are you bi-coastal? I mean, where do you prefer living?
Well, what does Neil Simon say? He says, I live in New York, but I sleep in L.A. because I get 3 extra hours.
That's a good line. And what high school did you go to?
Tilden.
Oh, Tilden. I'm sorry. Did I say it
And
wrong?
then they changed the district and they made it South Shore.
So,
That's that new high school that's up.
Where did you graduate from?
Well, then I went to school in Manhattan, private school, because I started to work.
Oh, I tell you.
I didn't graduate from Brooklyn.
Did you go to college?
No.
Where are you doing?
No.
Because I was going to list about 6 or 7 colleges just for her freshman year. But Johnny, are you going to be here next year again?
As long as they want me.
Johnny, the pay is so good at these events,
money's great.
and it's big time.
Johnny's the best.
You're getting
And
good money,
Johnny's the
aren't you?
best.
Absolutely.
And
All the knishes I can
Julie
eat.
gets top money here. I mean, you know, this is the thing she looks forward to every year so that she can buy that extra condo, right?
All the knishes, right?
All the knishes. Well, here we are at the New York Day, New York Alumni Day at Beverly Hills High.
Well, listen, thank you for asking us, and we hope everybody will show up here next year.
Well, we hope so for many, many more years.
Thank you.
Continued success.
Thank you very much.
Okay, now what is this thing here?
This is a pretzel, but it's not a New York pretzel. A New York pretzel would have been on a little thing of tin foil. It would have been warmed up underneath. This guy was like an imposter. It wasn't a real pretzel.
But it's not a. Well, how much did you pay for the pretzel?
Pay $2.
Is it worth $2?
It's worth $2 because I was hungry. But is it worth $2 a New York pretzel? No.
Joe, where are you from?
I'm from New York, from
What
Bronx,
high
New
school?
York. Taft High School.
Taft High School. Were things tough at Taft at your day?
You know, they weren't tough. You know, they were rough, but they're tough today.
But you had better pretzels in those days.
Had much better pretzels. Had every knishes were better. They were crusty and things like that.
What about bagels and everything else?
Bagels were wonderful. They had a great class of the way they served the bagel.
So
you know?
what's wrong with California? And how come you're here?
I'm here because I left New York. It was a place that I wanted to leave and remember, and now it's a place you want to leave and forget.
And as I recall, you're from Jefferson High School, right?
You recall correctly. Thomas Jefferson. I have so much allegiance to that school that I married a girl named Jefferson.
How do you like that?
Now, who else can say that?
And his kids are little Jeffies all along.
Can any white guy say that who went to Thomas Jefferson that they married a girl named Jefferson?
Well, that's right. Now, that's one for Ripley. Now, when you were at Jefferson High School,
yes, sir.
You remember the school song, Jefferson?
Alta Kaka.
Alta Kaka.
Yeah.
What did you think you would amount to at Jefferson High School? Don't quote your folks.
No.
Was your dad a rabbi, sir?
Yes, he was a rabbi. My brother right over here is a rabbi. New Utrecht High School.
Do you talk to each other?
We talk to each other constantly. That's the problem.
That's the problem. Let's bring him in here. And your rabbi, first
Irwin Cutler.
Irwin, I like that name, Irwin.
The whole mishpucha.
The ganze mishpucha.
He brought me down. He said today is his birthday, and he says, "Come on, we'll celebrate my birthday." And he brings me. He says, "Look, all these people came out to celebrate my birthday."
I know your brother.
Irwin came here for me.
Yeah, your brother Jerry said there would be everybody here would be in their birthday suits. That's why he wanted you, and you're very disappointed. Are you residing here in Los Angeles?
I live in Palm Springs.
Palm Springs. Well, I go to that temple every once in a while. My brother lives in Palm Springs, and it's a beautiful area.
Very nice.
Are you associated with the temple in Palm Springs?
Yes, in Desert Hot Springs.
Oh, Desert Hot Springs.
But I participate in...
He name drops all the time. Palm Springs. Desert Hot.
But getting back to Jerry.
Yes, let's get back to me.
Did you think it would amount to anything as a kid growing up in
We're
Brooklyn?
still waiting. The family is still waiting.
Is this the humorist? he writes the humor in the family. But Jerry, seriously, what was your ambition besides being beautiful women in high school?
A trumbenik. I had to get out of the trumbenik fold, and I did. I became a social director. I'm still a social director. Rabbis are social directors. I get up, you announce the page, and I was running around the country following my brother around wherever in Colorado Springs. I moved out to Denver so I could be near him. Those years I didn't know too much. He used to teach me everything.
And what about New Utrecht? Have you had some famous alumni out of New Utrecht? Jefferson's had a ton of them. Danny Kaye went to Jefferson, right?
Danny Kaye and I were classmates.
Kidding.
Yes, I am kidding. Well, look at me. What are you? You think I was a classmate of Danny Kaye?
Danny Kaye was a classmate of Jerry Cutler? Danny Kaye was a classmate? I don't believe it.
He was a bookie. He was accepting money. This is what got...
Oh, good. The only thing that held Irwin back from college was high school. I come to think of it.
You got it.
I'm truly honored that Irwin Zucker should come to me with a microphone and talk to me, lowly me. God bless you. I love you. Mwah.
The check's in the mail, folks. They live for these days because they get so paid, so highly paid to make this. I tell you, we have a real surprise. We have a real Frankenstein with us. Maybe the greatest Frankenstein of all time. Eli, class of what?
28.
28 of Jefferson High School.
Yeah.
Wow, how old was the school when you entered?
School was exactly 5 years old.
And they still took you, right?
But I took a chance, and they're still standing. I'm not. However, at 83, You don't care.
This is our George Burns, folks. This is George Burns of the New York Alumni Group.
I don't smoke cigars or cigarettes. However, you know, Irv.
This is his act, folks.
No, Irv, you know, the best thing about this is you feel young. As a matter of fact, I was young when I was born early, so you know how things are. You look up to people like Irvin, and I really appreciate that. You're great.
Okay,
Mr.
Eli, pride of Seal Beach. Well, let's seal this episode and we'll move on. Okay, we're here with Kelly Arnold, the pride of Tilden High School.
Yes.
What year did you graduate, Tilden?
You never
You
ask
look
a
so
woman
young.
that. I am. I
can
would
ask
lie.
you your age. What's your age?
My urge is
To meet
my
a rich guy. No, you're
is to
probably...
read a nice man would be
To
nice.
meet a nice man.
Who's still breathing a little younger than that one.
You're in California.
There are no men in
And
California.
New York is gone. And
California.
What are you gonna do about San Francisco and everything else?
Everything else.
Kelly Arnold.
Yes.
Now, was that your maiden name, Kelly Arnold?
Yes.
I have a brother named Arnold. I don't think you're related.
I'm not related.
Arnold Zucker. You're not related?
No, Arnold
Are you
Zucker, no.
related to Benedict Arnold?
So they say. No.
Well, he was a traitor to somebody.
To someone, but not
Now,
to me.
Okay, well, what brings you here at this New York event?
Well, I happen to be on the board. I am in charge of new membership. Any New Yorker can come and see me.
see.
I am also in charge of advertising. If anyone would like to advertise in the
Advertise what?
Eagle, advertise your product, your
It's
store.
a family newspaper, folks, so let's keep it
Well, it's a New York newspaper. Everyone reads it, and we tend to stick with our own. So if you needed a car and someone advertised, you would go to the New Yorker because you could converse with him better.
That's very, very good. And what do you do professionally otherwise?
I'm an executive assistant.
Exactly. You look like a movie star.
Thank you.
Have you
Thank
ever
you.
thought about acting?
I thought about it rarely, for just a fleeting.
Fleeting?
If someone would make me an offer, I'd be, you know.
there any
I have
cat-
my headshots in the car.
Great.
We're on
you
now.
see, you can learn anything, you know, if you try hard enough. Now, don't pay any attention to him like I was
won't.
saying, because I have a lot of pull in this town.
You do?
I certainly do.
Can you get me a good, great job?
Well, what would you like to do? We have, you don't do windows, no.
I do windows when I have to. If it was my own, I would.
Well, what is it you want to do if you were going to do it?
If I were going to do it, well, I would love to do commercials.
Yes.
Okay, that would be nice. Yeah, I could be an actress. I could probably do that as well or better than most.
I'm sure you
Come
can.
from New York, you could act better than anyone.
Whereabouts in New York are you from?
I'm from Brooklyn.
Why is everybody from Brooklyn? I don't understand.
It was a very heavily populated area.
I lived in the Bronx, you know. and If I knew you were in Brooklyn, I
You would have told me I was GU.
No, I would have gone to Brooklyn.
You would have?
I never went to Brooklyn for anything.
Isn't that sweet?
But now it's too late.
Well, I'm still looking.
You're still looking?
So if there are any wonderful single men out there.
I'm going to keep you in mind because I've zeroed in on you. You're Kelly Arnold, and you're from Tilden High School, and
Yes.
we're right here at the...
I'm right here at the New York reunion. I'm here every year.
All right, well...
We have to stick with our own.
We don't have to wait a whole year to see you again, do we?
No.
All right, well, I'll keep that in mind. Just kidding, Linda. Okay.
He wanted to cut my throat, huh?